Hey everyone, welcome back to another stream. Hey Pablo, how's it going? How are you? How are you doing? Welcome to the new studio, everyone. We're testing something new today. We're drawing on a wall. Wir zeichnen heute auf die Wand, Pablo. So, trying to test new setups in here. I hope the reverb is not too strong. But yeah, hope you enjoy the stream today. Let's see how it goes. Also, let me know if how strong how good the microphone quality is, and also how loud the music is. That would be awesome. Thank you. Nice. Hey, Miss Puff. Welcome. Let me put the chat a bit bigger so I can see that better. Yeah. Just using a reference for starter. Definitely different to draw on the wall. Jo, die Mic-Qualität ist ein bisschen schlecht. Warte mal, ich muss mal gucken, ob das das richtige Mikrofon ist. Oder meinst du, wenn ich weit weg bin? Ja, wenn ich weit weg bin, dann auf jeden Fall. Ich hoffe, dass das mein richtiges Mikrofon ist. So, hoffentlich sind sie. Ich habe ein ganz wildes Setup.
Okay, Mic check, Mic check. Besser? Könnte sein, dass ich nicht das richtige Mikrofon ausgewählt hatte. Jetzt müsste es aber laut und deutlich sein. Hey Ado, how's it going? Tausendmal besser, ja. Ist wahrscheinlich, der hat wahrscheinlich Default genommen. Hey lovely Robbo, welcome to stream, how's it going? So, okay, now the test. It's probably sounds super shitty if I put the microphone here and talk. Is it shitty or is it okay? This is probably better, I guess. Exactly, it's an art cave. And it's not much in here so far, so. But yeah, I understand. It's probably the empty room. It's probably the empty room. I'm happy you're all here. Okay, so let me do a few lines and then I turn around. I have to figure out something that I can still see the chat while drawing, but I guess while staring at the wall is a bit tricky. So let me do the thing. Yo, Pablo, geh was essen, lass dir schmecken. I have my screen next to me, so I basically moved my screen on some of the shelves. Yeah, I have a big screen. I can show you that. Give me a sec. You see? See better? Ah, I think that's better. Now I'm also bigger on the frame. What's up? What's up? How's it going? How's it going? I speak English. Thank you, Rebel. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying new stuff basically. Since I'm always sitting at the desk like a turtle, I decided that I wanted to do something different. I just realized that that the portrait setup looks better actually. Let me move my ass over here a bit. Okay, maybe that's better. Yeah. So I actually wanted to try different stuff, so why is he grumpy? I don't know. I want to start simple. He's grumpy about the black stain next to him because that's where I messed up the page. So hey Elvis Santiago, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate it. Hey Aina, thank you for the YouTube sub. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. I respect you, bro. I'll donate. Hey Rena, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Oh my god, Rena, thank you so much for the 20 bucks. Thank you so much. Big shout out. Thank you so much, Rena. Appreciate it. It goes into more ink pens. Hey Dion, welcome to the stream. How's it going? How are you? Call me Arita. No problem, boy. I buy more art supplies to draw even more. Arita. Erythra, sorry. Erythra. That's an interesting name. Where's that from? Where are you from? I love your laugh, so addictive. Thank you. Yes, always have to buy more paper and pens. Ah, from India, which part? You can call me here. Oh, thank you. Okay, cool. Muy bien, muy bien. Hey, blind person, thank you so much. Oh, it's midnight in India. Okay, go to sleep. Go to sleep. But thank you for being here. I do have a reference open at the moment because I never draw on a wall, so I wanted to keep it a bit easy for me. But we go to imagination today as well. I haven't drawn also too much today. Too busy with other stuff. West Bengal. Interesting. Never been to India. Bye bye. Can you please laugh again? What? That's weird. That's a weird request. Hey, V Autis LDK, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Welcome to the YouTube stream. Awesome sketch, sir. Question. Their sketch you dislike the most? If there is, what it is? You mean subject-wise? Subject-wise. Good question. I don't know. I think animals are pretty hard though. But it's not that I dislike them, you know. I think the moment you start disliking them, you start stressing yourself too much with drawing. And drawing should be something relaxed, if you ask me. Karnataka. No, Karnataka? Kind of sick name. Is that a city or is that a bigger part in India? Okay, let me do a few strokes, then I'll come back to the chat. Promise. Almost 1 o'clock here. Okay, good night, good night. It's a state in South India. Ja, ich habe dir schon geantwortet. Jetzt nerv nicht wegen deinem Burger. Hi Charmaine, was geht ab? I do both usually, and also hi Bimstead, welcome to the stream. I usually use both, but I also draw mostly sitting. So doing it standing, it's a bit hard on the on the wrist. So that's why I try to use the elbow more. That's how I learned it, you know, having like the elbow on the table and then just like, because you have like an anchor point, you know, like this when the elbow's on the table. So that's kind of like better. Hi, Chris Stablefoo 1756. Do you sketch them, then use ink to draw them? How do you draw lines consistently? I use ink mostly, just only ink, directly. So in very little cases, I draw with pencil, depending if it's kind of like something where I have to adjust or client work or something, you know? But majority of times I use ink pen directly, like this. Hope that answers your question. If you have more, feel free to ask, and welcome to the stream. I like the idea of drawing on the way. I think I might try it too. Maybe with the help of a maul stick and the rest. Okay. Thank you, Dihan. What will you do with the big sketch paper, sir? I don't know. Throw them away? Burn them? I have no clue, to be honest. That's kind of like, I see this kind of like a sketchbook, you know? Since I just moved in here and I actually want to do more draw like stuff on canvas, you know? I haven't started with the canvas work yet, so that's why I want to do that. And I have to figure out first like what it is that I want to do. Wait, set camera. Camera. Hello. Wait, here. What books do you recommend for light and shadow studies? So definitely How to Render by Scott Robertson is always a good book. It's always a good book to go through, especially if you want to do also like professional industry work, because you can't come around digital work, you know. So that's why it's pretty good to do. I also would say the How to Paint from Imagination by James Gurney, even though the structure in it is not very streamlined, I rather would start with Scott Robertson. And Scott Robertson is also pretty cheap. Do you use a specific ink size tip, like 05, 07, any brand you like to use? Yes, I have like a 6. I just realized when I moved in here that I have like 6 kilos of ink pens. So I basically use everything I find on travels and sometimes online. I really like the Staedtler pens and any pens which have like relatively soft tip. I don't like when the tip is too hard. No, don't throw these big precious doodles away. But you can keep them in a big bookcase collector or something. Yeah, maybe I do that. I was joking. I don't burn them. They're all part of the journey, right? Yep, all part of that. Okay, let me continue. But I appreciate you all being very communicative today. I feel like me standing seems to people to be more communicative. But also, to be fair, for the past few months I was just streaming on the desk without showing my face, just because of the setup. Yes, using carbon ink. Yo, Mr. Cook, how's it going? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. What's going on? You're welcome. Chris Tablefoo. Nice name, by the way. Yeah. Hey, thanks for being here, Adel. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What's your favorite medium to use when drawing? Ink, 100% ink. Never thought that it would be that way, but it is. It is ink. But I also started like doing more brushwork. For everyone who wants to improve their line work, just saying, try to draw with a brush. That's really, really hard. Hey Florian, how's it going? What's up? Yeah, you know, like art and jazz music is something that I know from my childhood. Whenever I visit my mom in her art studio, she was always listening to jazz. So Miles Davis and stuff. So that's why whenever I put jazz on, I want to draw. Ach, Emse! Ey, Florian, ich hab das gar nicht gecheckt. Was geht ab? Was geht ab, Alter? Ich habe jetzt erst gesehen, Emsländer. Da kenne ich doch. Ich hoffe, dir geht's gut. Lieben Gruß. Yeah, drawing with the brush is really hard. It's really hard, but it's hard. Good practice. Good practice. Oh guys, you're awesome. Like, there's no way that I can get back to the drawing. Lange nicht im Gym gesehen. Gehst du noch ins selbe? Ja, ich war heute erst da. Chat is moving too fast. Yo, the hair looks good. Thank you. Appreciate it, Mr. Cook. Yeah, also like sometimes I just going with the flow, you know? If it doesn't look good, I just blacken it. Old Kim Young-ji trick. Janosch, how important is it to learn how to draw boxes in different perspective? Extremely important. To learn how to draw from imagination. So the thing is, I try to say it as simple as possible. It's extremely important, but not as a skill where you say like, hey, look at me, I can draw stuff from imagination. It's for practicing your spatial awareness when it comes to drawing, because we still try to communicate something three-dimensional on a 2D plane, which is the paper, right? So what people underestimate in the process of learning to draw from imagination isn't like, hey, see what I can draw out of my head. It's about like, look how I can communicate, look how I understand three planes. So that's why it's so important. And that's also something that I include in any program I write for any student. Brush inking is nice. Brush labeling for cartoon usually work well. Yeah, I don't know, like I just love the feeling of it. But I want to say also doing this on a wall is even tougher. So I'm gonna sweat today. I can't, what? I think there's something wrong with the audio. I can't hear anything. I think then you're the only person, I guess. Otherwise, it's the same for the other people. Germany is hard to apologize. Okay. Yo, Leo, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the subscription. Appreciate it. I'm not a robot. I don't know why I talk like this. Chat is moving too fast. I have to scroll up. Wait, can I do this? Oh yeah, that's that's more chill. Okay, we have this. Beginners need to understand. Yes, absolutely. Audio's fine. Sweet. Okay. Was a glitch. Okay, cool. Thanks, Florian. Appreciate it. Thank you for supporting. Maybe we see us in the gym. Learning to draw boxes. I did 6 hours today. I mean, I don't get it. Why do you have to do 6 hours? Like, it's okay. I mean, if you do it, if you feel it, okay, it's great. Nothing wrong about it. But I think 6 hours is a bit too much. You know, it's a little bit too much. Because I rather would say, if you really want to make a solid, proper progression, you should not only focus on fundamental building exercises, it's also important that you focus on learning to finish art pieces. So I would recommend you to do little things that you want to accomplish. So for example, drawing one character, or maybe doing one comic book page, or just a frame, or just little things, you know? Yeah. Hey, Viggy Vodka. Yeah, patience and effort is the key. That's true. Tiny question. How can I connect people with my art more, but not having ego or people mistakenly understand that? That is a really good question. I think if there's, I don't know if ego. Yeah, I'm kind of like, I wanted to say like ego shouldn't have to do something with art, right? Because you create because you want to create, and what other people think about it, like you couldn't give less of a fuck about that. Excuse my language. But I think that the problem is that also like some artists, and it also became kind of like the part of the artistry, is this like building this persona identity about the artist. So like being special in a way. And I don't think that you have to do it. Just be you, I think, is the best strategy. And if you feel offended because somebody criticized it, always ask yourself, did you ask the person for feedback, right? But why should their opinion matter in a way? You know? Does it change anything about like how you make art? And you shouldn't be compromised by that. Okay, let me scroll. Question: do you experience burnout, and any tips in combat them? As much as I love creating art, sometimes I feel like it can be overwhelm me. So first, you have to understand that art is a long process. So depending on what you want to do, right? Technically, once you become an artist, you never stop. So that means it goes forever. Just try that this becomes the second part of you, basically. Okay? That is the first thing that you need to do. Accepting that. And then taking all the external and internal pressure away from the creation process. Because in order to create really good stuff, you need to just chill out, relax, and do your thing. You know, that is really important. Do your thing in the way you feel doing it. And you should not think a second about what other people think about, what they might like or whatever, unless you try to do a service. If you try to do a service where you work as an illustrator for Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, if it's concept art or whatever, right? If you want to serve a service, you need to have certain skill, certain properties, right? This is something that you need to get there. When it comes to burnout is something that happens of you having no energy, right? So what is the one thing that you can do to get energy back? Resting. Sometimes we underestimate how long we actually need to rest until we get back into the groove. I think that whenever you feel like you're burned out, you should stop or do something different. I mean, you can also be creative in other ways, right? You can play music, you can play other stuff. You can still feed the creative circle, You can do smaller stuff. You can do less, but try to lower the outcome or the output. Try to lower the output, That is really important. And then give yourself time. I bought the How to Draw book. It seems so technical. I was thinking of getting this perspective book as well. How to Draw is amazing. Work through it and then when you through that, then yeah, I don't know. Like I would say draw every day at least 2 to 3 hours perspective stuff. You're welcome. Send a hello to Saitama for me. To Saitama? One Punch Man? Somebody wrote AI is going to eat up all the jobs. Not at all. Not at all. Human creativity is non-endless compared to AI creativity. AI has no creativity. AI always need an input. Without any input, there is no output in AI. So how does AI has endless creativity? It has power, that's true, right? It can create very fast, but it also cannot problem solve creatively. It's just mixing. Hey, Musk and Sketch Aura. Nice name. How's it going? Welcome to stream. You're welcome. If you have more questions, just hit me up. Oh God, chat is moving. It's just because Janusz is the character that respects Saitama a lot. Sorry, it was not funny. It's all fine. I wish I could be as cool as Saitama. I think Saitama doesn't realize how cool he is because he doesn't give a fuck about anything. But I actually do give a little bit of a fuck sometimes. Any word in Dutch, which I hope you're not upset from that again. I don't know, Adel. I don't know. I'm not upset at all. I think it's really hard to make me upset. Okay, let me go back to the wall. The wall. It's the other way around. Okay, no worries, no worries. Good that we talk about it. Good that we talk about it. Hey, Kaylee Dakis, Kaylee Dakis, 2281. Thank you so much. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Do you have a specific art style, and what artworks inspire your art style? I don't know if I have a specific art style. For me, it all looks the same in a way, if that makes any sense. It's really hard for me to tell. But I think that I'm a mix of Mobius, Kim Young-ji, my mother's work actually also, the way she draw faces also, and everyone who inspired her probably. That's the beautiful thing about inspiration. It's kind of like a Matryoshka principle. It's kind of like just an endless follow-up of artists. Then Katsuya Terada. I love Katsuya Terada. Otomo. And obviously Inoue Takaiyo. I always butcher his name. How about you? Sorry, is it Krista? Or is it Christable? Are there any new informations about the art book? Pablo, you want to become my manager? I feel like you're really. I think it's a really good job for you. I think you would do a really awesome job. You always ask the right questions, man. So Pablo, especially since you asked about it. Since I moved in here, like moving in here was unfortunately between the art book and between everything that I wanted to do and the art book came the move into the studio. So since I moved into the studio, the next thing that I'm gonna finish is the art book. And I have actually the test print laying around here somewhere in my mess. And I promise as soon as it is done and ready, the Kickstarter, I will announce it. I will announce the Kickstarter and then we will hit it. I promise. Looking good, man. I hope you get everything set up the way you want. Hey T-Bone, Steve, how's it going? Yes, I mean, I left everything relatively free because I knew I wanted to keep the space. I don't like clustering this room too much. But yeah, time will tell. Time will tell. Like, I had a funny moment by, when was it? Beginning of this week. I started drawing on my table again. And then I was sitting there and I'm realizing, dude, you have your own freaking room, your own freaking studio now. Like, do the things you wanted to do. And then I grabbed everything, just put like things on the wall and started drawing. Oh, you make an art book? Is it instructional or showcasing your art? It's basically showcasing art, if you want to say. It's all my drawings, doodles, watercolors, everything I've done in the past year, I would say, 1.5 years. And it's gonna be a Kickstarter, and I am 90% sure that it's gonna be A5 because I printed on A4. I didn't like it on A4, so I'm gonna do one more test print on A5, change the cover, take some stuff out, add some stuff because I also got some other work that I wanted to put in. And then I want to find a nice supplier because my last supplier wasn't good. The quality wasn't good, to be honest. It was an online printing thing. And yeah. And then I have to make a video for the Kickstarter. Then I have to set up the Kickstarter campaign, let to know everyone that there's a Kickstarter. Then I have to start the Kickstarter. Then I have to see that if there's actually enough people wanting this thing. And yeah, if not, I have some things for myself and the people who still want the book who can order directly from me. That's kind of like the plan. I have no hard feelings. It's my first book. Yeah, it's gonna be a small. It's supposed to be like a sketchbook, you know, like the book I want. It's kind of like a sketchbook that I want to give away, so to speak, with my sketches. To whenever you don't feel like drawing, that you maybe just look in it and then you feel like, you know what, this guy draws every day. I can also do that easily. Okay. I think that's it for now. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, online print is you really have to be lucky. You have to be lucky. I don't know what's your connection of Germany and Dutch language. I mean, there's a little one, but I didn't spoke any Dutch language. What influenced you to do YouTube? I was back in the day. I was working in games in-house as a concept artist, and it was fun. But I always knew that I wanted to make YouTube videos. And I did not know what to do. And the only idea and conclusion for me was to do any art help videos for anyone who also wants to go into concept art. So that was how this channel started, to be honest. I think my first video was how to do value studies, where I basically had some screen recordings of me doing digital value studies and then talk about value studies without any script or anything. And I started YouTube in 2018, so 7 years ago. And since then I just enjoy it, you know. I think without YouTube I wouldn't be here today. I'm considering starting to learn German into the near future. Why? Why? Do you like pain? Try Japanese for a while, but it's too hard. Well, you won't have fun with German, but also, I mean, Japanese is a bit different from German. It's more about sound. I tried to learn Italian. Then what language you speak time to time? I mean, I speak German, but don't Dutch. I don't speak Dutch. I speak German in between. I speak English, and I barely speak French. And I don't dare to say that I speak any Korean, even though I learned it for 6 months. I can say stuff like 잘 지내세요? 감사합니다. Chono Bonoga and stuff like that. Nomo Mashisoyo Nalshiga Joao. See, I already fall apart. Can I introduce myself? I wanted to learn German or relearn German because I was born there and my mom. Where are you living now? Hey Parham, thank you so much. Welcome to stream. How are you doing? What's up? What's up? Yeah, and I can speak only little French because my family lives in France. So I understand French, but I barely can speak it. I actually should relearn it to speak proper sentence. No, again, Adel, you can't upset me. And if you upset me, I just ban you. America, Nebraska? Oh, you probably have a really sick look out of the window. It's probably beautiful, beautiful landscape. Holding this microphone is definitely a good workout. All day, every day. It's a good arm workout. The problem about jazz while drawing is that you get tired from it. It makes you sleepy and comfortable. Like a newborn. Like a newborn baby. Dun, 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 dun. I'm not happy with our first doodle, but I think I just leave it there and just move on. You see snow? Well, we have snow as well right now. I'm more thinking about like when the snow's gone. Did you went to college in Nebraska? I knew somebody who played football there. Appreciate it. Refining it every day. Try to get it good. Try to get it good. I just realized that the paper is kind of like, there's kind of like air between the wall and paper. That's a bit annoying, but anyways. Let me see, where do we want to go next? Maybe the top right corner is a good space. Hey, Samuel, Berlin is not slippery. It's a freaking ice skate park. I slipped like 4 or 5 times on the way here, and basically every single day I go out the door, I walk, I completely forget that it's slippery, and I'm just like, and yeah, where you walk, you see people, everybody's walking, and then in the walk, it's kind of like a glitch, They're like, what will you do about the black splotch on the paper? What should I do about it? What would you do about it? I've been living in Berlin for 11 years and my German is terrible. That's okay. That's okay. We still love you. Maybe I do some hair about it, I just make a side view, and out of the black I make like a hair shape or something. I think that I can do. Okay, sorry. Let me check. Where's my mouse? Oh, there you go. Da-da-da. Is Berlin like the UK? Not really. Hey yo, Toby, how's it going? Welcome to stream. How you doing? Yo, Toby, how's it going? Welcome to stream. How you doing? Why do I miss that? That is weird. I shouldn't. There you go.
Doing well. Ask why you're drawing standing up today. Looks cool. I just wanted to try out something new. I moved into a different place and I have space now, and I always wanted to try to draw on a wall while streaming. So that's the first time. The problem is a little bit the control. So you see like everything is very wonky, I want to say. It's definitely not my quality I usually can do with a pen. It's because of the stability, you know, like doing that is a bit tricky. Also, doing that with a brush is even harder. But yeah, I have to practice, I guess. It seems you very often draw people with hats. Where does that come from? Is it a remaining from time you couldn't draw hair? Like people constantly drawing characters with hands in their pockets? No, not really. I would say that I got a bit bored by hair a few months ago. And then I started to think about if there's anything else I can do with the head. And then I started like adding hats to it, you know? And I feel like hats are very interesting because they can say so much about character and about character and also like personality. And you can also design much more. You can have a lot of fun with it, you know? So I love inking, but not as confident in value shading. Not to mention I've ruined my face using wrong inks and shade tools together. Lol. Happened to me. I love your shading. Thank you so much. I don't know. Maybe for the next stream we are sitting again. Let's see. Or maybe at the easel next time. Or we paint this huge thing here, the canvas. But I need to say it's okay energy-wise. Like I thought that maybe it's more exhausting to stand, but it's not really. Oh, we have more people on Twitch now. Hello, people on Twitch. Greetings to you. That's cool. Yeah, this guy also, like, he kept the distance, you know? He was drawing like hand away and had like really nice control. But I also need to say I haven't tried brush pen on this distance. But I mean, where should it be different from using a brush, you know? I think brush pen is probably even harder because it's heavier than a brush. I need to say I use these big brushes here last time, like bigger brushes. So if you look at this here, compared to what I've used for the past two drawings, you see? Oh, now you see it. Do you see it? Can you see it? The fuck? I wanted to, yeah, now I think you can see it. So basically, this one is bigger, has a bigger tip. And we have more people on Twitch. Hello, Twitch people. We see you there. Yo, yo. How's it going? How's it going? Twitch people in the house. Falky. Nice. What are you doing? I'm good. I mean, I'm in my art cave, so. Thank you, Toby. Thank you, Toby. Yeah, next time maybe sitting again, so I sweat little. No. Let's do a bit more maybe. Not really satisfied. I'm thinking. What can we do? Can we do? I also feel a little bit delayed by now, I need to say. So since I'm not working from home anymore and I'm going to the office, I'm getting up very early. So I can feel this now. Starting to getting tired at 10 p.m. Is it already 10 p.m? Almost in 20 minutes. Hey, fun fact PP. These names. They're killing me. I sometimes don't know if like these names are like intended to be trolls or something. But nice. Yo, Pablo, ich wusste gar nicht, dass du wieder da bist. Ich dachte, du warst noch essen. Ciao, hau rein, mach's gut. Cool, dass du da warst, wie immer. Danke für den Support. Pablo, folgst du mir eigentlich auf TikTok zufällig? Ich habe mich letztens gefragt, ob du das warst. You're playing World of Warcraft and watch your stream? No, I also want to play. It's AV weekend in TBC. 1k honor for a win. I need to gear up my third character. I have to admit. My healing shaman. My warrior is already full. Hunter's already full. You alliance? I mean, okay. It's okay. No worries. What do you play? What do you main? Hey, Weird. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I have an art cave, but I prefer sketching in the main house. In public around people? Wow. Usually it's the opposite for people, right? That's cool. Nee, hast kein TikTok? Okay, alles klar, gut. Dann habe ich irgendjemand Fremdes angeschrieben. Der hieß halt auch Pablo. Der hatte auch so einen Namen wie du. Also nicht Pablo, sondern noch auch, ich glaube, irgendwas mit Boss oder so. Deswegen, aber alles gut. No worries. My warrior is ready. My Shami too. I play Shami Enhance, I think, in TBC. It seems like you like my brother from another mother. I have a warrior, hunter, and shaman. But I think I'm gonna main the hunter in TBC. It's just too much fun. I do admit, like, melting people with the warrior is fun too. And the shaman is for healing. Oh, that's nice. Share it on Instagram or something. And tag me. So I can see it. You have a priest, but no, I've never played priest. Priest is one of these classes I never played. Hunter and priest here. Do you play shadow or what? Yeah, hunter is the best class. You know, you and your pet alone in the wild, just doing your thing. I'm new here in live for the first time. You're welcome. You're welcome. If you have questions, then yeah, let me know. Disc. Okay. What is the thing about Priest? I mean, I would understand that Shadow is sick in TBC. I remember it was really hard to face as an opponent in Arena, but I don't know. Like, it feels so static, you know? It's like this thing between a Warlock and a Mage. You're a nurse, so you're a priest, so you're basically healing. Nice. What server do you play? You randomly heal other characters up. 51. Thank you, I'm from India. Is it all your work? Yes, it's all my work. Hey Angelina, how are you? Your art kind of reminds me of channel Bad John? Bad Joan? I don't know this channel. But she uses more color? Yeah, probably everyone uses more color than me. I bet that. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here, by the way. Thanks. There's actually more. We can adjust the angle a bit. Dun, 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 dun. Do you have any tips on more variety of character design? All my characters look the same. Forcing yourself doing specific design task.
I would say something that I do with my students in on a daily basis. We do character design challenge, and I give them a specific task for archetypes they have to design, and then they have to do different characters every day in a specific time also. But it's also something that you not try for the first time and it goes well. You have to just do it more and more, and then also you need some feedback and instructions. But I would say, as an advice, look for the different type of archetypes and try to design a different archetype, a different character, so to speak, with the archetype in a different pose every day. That's a challenge already. And give yourself a specific time frame. I also just love inking, but I also use color from time to time. These are just portraits, or are there any specific name kind of art? These are just random things. Random things. Yeah. Like I also just wanted to test brush pen. I had a dry brush pen, just ink, brush pen, with a brush. I had an idea for a character with having this dude having this frog on his head, just being actually the boss. Like he looked like a boss, and I was like, it would be funnier if he would actually be it. Here I just tested it with a brush on the wall. Also brush. And on the other page there is also, which you cannot see because of the light, there's also lines. That's something I wanted to finish. So that's why I hang it there. Are you concept artist for game company? Yes, I am. I worked in games and movies for... I don't know. I started in 2017 to work professionally. Environment artist. Then I did characters also. And then I went into teaching. Oh shit. So I started teaching people who also wanted to go into concept art as a job. Starting with that in 2018, and then it just became more and more, and then I started to teach more people. And now oh no, my camera, what's going on? One sec. Don't know what happened there. Let's pretend it didn't happen. Where was I? Yeah, I started teaching basically people in one-on-one sessions online. And it kind of built up. I started teaching just one person, then 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, more and more and more. And then I had 2 jobs, and then I had to make a decision. So after my previous company I worked in was also in Berlin. I worked there for 4 years. I loved the job, and I would have stayed there, but I couldn't handle 2 jobs at the same time. It was too much. So yeah. And now I'm teaching, making YouTube videos, do some gigs from time to time if I want to. And I focus on traditional art actually more than ever, because I just have a cramp in my back. I started with traditional art because I want to get better with traditional art, but also I was always curious in it. And it's just so much fun. And in my life, I always just follow the things I like and I have fun with, So yeah, and that's how everything came together. I asked Janos the same question about hats earlier. If you're going to pray a YouTube stream, you're welcome. I'm back. How to manage your times between drawing and World of Warcraft? That is really hard. How do I manage that? Well, I only play a few hours some days. And on my free day, since I'm my own boss, whenever I feel like it, I play all day, you know? So there's nothing to manage. I mean, my art is always my priority. My business is always my priority. My students are my priority. Every day people in my program ask me for feedback and have questions. And they are the most important to me and their progression. And for me, it's also important they know what to do. So it's a lot of communication. I do tutorials for people, like when they have a problem and we cannot figure it out or they don't understand, I make recordings for them. Also this whole social media thing, you know, like everything together is like literally a full-time job. So, but yeah, sometimes like over Christmas, for example, I had time. That's awesome. Do you think it's easier or harder to just different to getting into the field with AI competition? AI is no competition. What people don't understand, so the problem is, there was a train when AI came in, like, you know, when I was still working in the studio, Stable Diffusion and all that, we were testing it in-house. You know, we were testing it, how it is, how you can work with it, and we realized it is a tool, but it isn't really a tool that problem solves. And also you have problems with licensing. So there's a huge gap you have to overcome first. And without input, AI is nothing. So it's pretty clear that AI is no real competition. The thing that happened is that a lot of people took it as an excuse to not go the hard way. Because the thing is, to become a professional artist is really hard. It takes you at least 4 years of doing a lot of work, a lot of grinding, fundamentals, portfolio building. It is hard. It is extremely hard. And some people, they like the idea of it, but they don't like doing the work. And you need to be the person who likes doing the work. It needs to become a need for you, you know? Not a must. It's a need. I need to make this art. I need to make concept. I need to make a portfolio because I want it, not because I have to. I need it. I want it. That's really important. So again, back to AI. Like, of course, AI can render. AI can also make a bunch of mixed stuff that you prompt in, but it also feels soulless. And I know that a lot of artists have problems and they refuse to use it in companies. And some companies jumps on that, of course. But you also see it in the baseline, you know? And even let's pretend AI is more in the process. Artists always have to overwork the work of AI eventually. There's no way around that. So you still need to be able to draw perspective, to design. Designing became even more important. Like, I would say these days, I teach more design than ever. Like, design basics is so important. It's hard to learn. Design is amazing, but it's hard to learn. Nobody taught it me in college, and I studied industrial design. Go figure. I had to teach it myself. So, yeah. I was too into drawing long ago. Now I can't not even draw a straight line. Yeah, it's right. You come back into it. You just have to practice. Oh, welcome back, Adel. US server. I used to be on European server account, but I don't live there anymore. Very vanilla area. Nice. I prefer traditional art. Yes. What's your favorite video games? Fantasy RPGs, I would say. Great question. How do you only play a few hours? Not possible. I mean, the problem for me is when I play stuff like WoW, it becomes like a job in a way. You know, like for me, I have a moment where I enjoy stuff, you know, where I have fun and I just like go with the flow. But on the other side, I also think like, okay, what can I do next? You know, like, okay, I need to farm this, I need to do that, and I make a list in my head. And the moment this happens, I need to stop. So yeah. I also play Overwatch on a console. I remember back in the day when I worked in another studio, we were playing Overwatch when it just came out. It's years ago. Also like 8 years ago or something. When it came out, then we played it in lunch break always. That was really fun. It's funny that it's still around. Yeah, the problem is clients don't understand to a certain degree. You know, for clients, it just matters that they get the work they want on XYZ day. You know, I mean, of course, AI shouldn't be any point of discussion in the process of like money and time. But I do see a problem in bigger studios, because I know bigger studios also have their own AI, their own AIs, so to speak, to do in-house stuff in specific pipeline. And if it's a benefit in the process, cool. But I know that people who are doing it will suffer in a way where they don't like doing that anymore, because it just, yeah, it's just not creative. Unless it takes something away that's really annoying and takes time. No? Okay, everyone. Now is your time for questions. I feel like that I can answer still some questions, but then I need to eat something because I haven't had dinner. And I also have to clean this mess here before I go home. And I also have to go home. It's already 10 p.m. So any questions? Questions about art? Questions about learning art? Questions about whatever? Hit me. Hit me like a train. What's your course like for students? So first of all, it is one-on-one teaching. So it's specific for any person. When you come in, I first need to figure out what is your current skill level. What can you actually do? And I will also look at the work that you have produced, but I also will give you assignments to see what can you actually produce and where are your problems. Then I take this apart and I tell you exactly what you need to do, like a personal trainer for art, so to speak. And we always focus on your goal. So if you want to make a portfolio, I teach you how to make a portfolio. I teach you how to build a story, to come up with a story. And we have a really cool community over years that we build up. We have time where we get together. They're really sweet people. I love everyone in the program. So I'm very blessed. I want to say. Yeah, and also there's a link below, Adam. So if you're interested in joining, you can also hit me up on Discord if you have more questions. What is the best inking and value to combat that won't bleed? So in pen, I like to use carbon ink because carbon ink does not react to water. For inking itself, I use ink from Pilot. Wait, I have it. I just have to close it because I already threw it over once. This one. Ink from Pilot. This is my favorite, I would say. I have other ink, but this one is quality-wise the best. And also make sure what paper you're using, because sometimes the paper is really important. Sometimes it's funny, you find like Hahnemühle paper, which is just for sketching, but you can actually do watercolor on it. You just have to be aware that it's gonna be a bit wavy, but it doesn't really matter. Unless you go for really hardcore watercolor, then I would recommend, where did I put it? Here. The one I figured out that Mobius were using is this one. You can screenshot it now. Screenshot. Okay. This one is really nice. Sorry, I forgot. What will you eat? I will eat chicken, bread, and grapefruits. No, grapes. Do you think your industrial design background helped you in your art journey? Do you still apply any practice today in your art? Would you say there's any merit to me learning it? So, fun story. When I found concept art in 2014, I found Feng Zhu. I found it over Feng Zhu, and Feng Zhu studied industrial design. And he was always preaching about industrial design. So for me, it was logical conclusion. I'm going to study industrial design, and that is maybe cool and maybe works in the US, but the problem in the US, it's super expensive. In Germany, it's cheap, but you need to have good teachers. Our problem was we had cool teachers, and they were super cool, and they were good in building stuff, and they had expertise in there, but there wasn't any teacher who showed us how the concept behind designing something on paper would work. And I've never understood it while I was studying it. And I understood it when I entered the industry through working and observing other people, and then breaking it apart because I had started teaching it also. So I think you do not need to study industrial design. It's good to have a degree if you want to work abroad, because then you can showcase something. It's rather better than saying like I draw pretty pictures. But I don't say it's necessary. Also, when I studied industrial design, what we would do, we would design everything. We would design cars, products, systems, human design. We would do everything. The problem is you kind of become like this jack of all trades, but master of none in a way. So what I definitely learned was how to research. That was really good. They made us research the shit out of stuff. So that was really, really good. Hey, Snaps Crack Lepop, Yanni. What's up? How are you doing? Right now I use Micron and alcohol watercolor value shading. Are there any other combos? I mean, I use Staedtler pens. I use fountain pens with carbon ink. I use watercolors from Schminky, and I use Pilot ink. And a ton of other pens. I don't like the Microns because they're relatively hard in terms of tip. So yeah. Janosch, I've been learning from you since I started drawing again last year. Thank you for your knowledge. I was curious if you have learned from the framed perspective, framed ink books. First of all, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. Without you, I wouldn't be here. So kudos go back to you. Yes, I've got the book. I actually got 2 of them, I think. I think he even made 3 books. The first one was the best. Even though you couldn't understand that the explaining is really good, but it's a bit too much text. And it's not very streamlined for my personal taste. But you can just look at the image and you can learn what he tried to tell you. So yeah, I got them. Also, they were super cheap. Wie heißt denn eigentlich dein Discord? Vielleicht hole ich mir. Pablo, da ist ein Link unter jedem Video von unserer Discord-Community. Da musst du einfach nur raufklicken. Und Discord ist ja free und da kannst du einfach joinen. Und dann kannst du dir auf Discord auch noch ein Sketchbook machen, wenn du willst. Und da kannst du in dem Sketchbook-Teil jeden Tag deine Zeichnungen und so posten. Und ich kann es mir angucken und sie feiern. You're welcome. Would love to know your opinion. My focus is basically building the skill set as Kim Young-ji had, visual storytelling and fun and silly creative ideas. Awesome, amazing. I love that. Continue. Uhu has a double side paper that doesn't bleed to the end of side of medium, whichever passion takes me. Oh, and Stella pens, nice. Yeah, I mean, I also understood that when I started with watercolor that you can technically do watercolor on so many things, you know? So it doesn't need to be watercolor paper all the time. No worries, Toby, no worries. No worries. Thanks for the live stream. I've enjoyed parallel sketching during your live stream. Enjoy dinner. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay, everyone. Then if no one else has another question, I want to say thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you all. We will, of course, have our next stream next week on Friday, same time as usual, 6 p.m. CET. Feel free to like and subscribe. Also, if you don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you just can put there my name, Janosch.Gerasch, Gerasch. You find me there as well. I also want to grow socials there. As promised, I will now continue working on the book as well. And yeah, there will come more content since we moved into this art cave. We also have some mentorship slots open. For mentoring, there's a link below if anyone wants to go into professional route or also just want to work on the fundamentals. Okay, a lot of talking. Thank you all for being here, and that was really a fun stream. I really liked it. Okay, have a nice one. Bye bye. Ciao, ciao.